is just kind of the basics of your sprawl and defensive positioning, more or less. So when I'm here, a couple things. One, I don't want to be standing straight up and down like, hi, I'm weirdly tall. Don't be weird about it, right? But I also don't have to be in a full wrestling, like one knee down position or like super low stance. Most of the time for jiu-jitsu, I'm playing in kind of a stance at this height. Realize that you can't get in that real low wrestling stance because I can jump over your head and choke you. A lot less frequently in wrestling is that allowed. So you got to be careful with that. So I'm here. First thing I'm trying to defend with is my hands and my head. Because if Rel tries to shoot right now, he's got to get past my head and my hands here. So if he shoots in, I'm using my head and my hands to keep him back from me. But let's say Rel doesn't start wrestling, he gets in on my legs, right? I like none of that. All we're going to do, my hand is going to C-cup, and it's going to find the back of where his neck connects to his skull. As we do this, I'm going to kick my feet back and twist my hips. Now, let go for just a second. So like if we're here, everyone, hands here. Twist. Twist. For those of you who don't know, I'm never going to give you up. Yeah, you got it. Never seen the Rick Roll. That's part of that. So I'm here. Boom. I'm going to twist and kick my feet back. Here. The goal of this is to stop his forward momentum. So if Rel's shooting into me, his goal is to start driving up in this way. I don't like any of that. So my goal is to get my feet and hips to turn and get his head off the line. So I'm not just pushing his head down. It's down and away. As I twist here, boom, I'm trying to hit him in the ribs with my bicep. Trying to twist and hit here. So he's here, bah, pushing that head down and away. Now, we're going to start with this motion and then build from there. A couple front headlock attacks and a couple back kicks. Okay? Questions on just getting hands to the back of the head, sprawling back.
What are you doing with that arm? Are you grabbing or are you just letting it
Just blocking here.
Okay.
Goal of this arm is more to block this arm from reaching backward. So if I'm here, to keep him from reaching back with this arm towards this leg here. So I'm keeping my feet back and his arm blocked. Keeping his head down and away. Other questions?
So once your hand is on the back of the neck, should your hips be the first thing to move or your feet the first thing to move?
Yes, both at the same time.
Same thing, so?
Yeah, it's head. I'm showing it as separate steps, but it's getting to me. It's all moving at the same time. If you see me doing things like this, it's not like, oh, I push his head down, then I twist, and then I kick my feet back. All that's happening basically simultaneously.
Are you aiming for your shoulder to be in the middle of his back?
Yes, in the middle. So when I'm here, my goal is to have my hips back first. Where my head and chest land, I'm not as worried about as I am getting my hips away. Naturally, you should go Superman to back logo. You know, if you have your Superman logo here on your chest, you should end up on the back of his logo. But that's ideal world that we all don't live in. First thing is getting his head down and my feet back. Because sometimes you'll end up here. Now, naturally, you want to start shifting yourself down. We're going to work a couple options for that. First thing is get your feet back in his momentum. Other questions? One more time. He shoots in. Fill her up. 1, 2, 3. So you guys are all getting the basics of that motion down. So now I'm here. Rel shoots in. Boom. I don't like that, right? So boom, I push his head down, I sprawl my leg back. But let's assume Rel doesn't suck, right? We always have to kind of have this in most cases, right? So Rel's going to hold on to my leg. He got it, he wants it, he's going to hold on to it, right? So I'm here, I'm sprawling my weight back, pushing his head down. He's just holding on to my leg. I don't like that, right? So as I get here, I'm going to keep my hips and my weight forward, right? I'm always, for the gentleman, we're peeing for distance. Hips forward, weights all on the back of his head. Now, once we're here, all I'm going to look to do is break that grip. Couple good spots you can break it from. Wrist and elbow. I'm generally going to reach back and fight at the wrist here, because most people don't have great grips. But if they do, you can always find at the elbow and pull that elbow. But once we're here, I get my hips back, I get that grip broke. All we're going to do is knee slide through to the same side that we're on. So he's got a grip here on my leg, just rolling back. I pull, slide, other knee in. Does that make sense? So we're here, kind of in a slower motion. I pull his arm out, boom. I'm knee sliding this knee hard through. That way, as I turn here, this hand traps the hip. I post this knee right next to his knee. Post my foot out. Hip strap here. Sometimes you can come in for the wrist. There's some collar chokes from here. But the general idea is get to this position so that you give yourself an options bar. Whether it's backpack drill, clock choking, wrist traps, whatever it happens to be.
If they still have, after you break the grip, if their right arm, I guess the right arm in this case, is still like attached to your leg pretty hard, do you still try to just slide through that arm?
Yeah, because if I'm here, let's say Rel really holds this leg. He wants it with that hand, right?
So
I'm driving that knee through his body.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm driving through. Because this isn't, if his leg extended out is stronger than your entire leg in hip motion,
Yeah.
we fucked up getting in this match. Mistakes were made long before the match, right? So when we're here, even if he's holding on to that, once I get this broke here, I'm sliding that arm out and around. Now, if he's real dumb and wants to hold on to it and really, commit his life, savings to this, he's trapping it. Then we start working back takes. There's options there for stubborn people. But for the most part, once their grip breaks, jiu-jitsu is different from wrestling in they don't care to go to their back. Wrestling, this is a very bad position. You got to keep working, all right? Where if I'm here, guys, once their grip breaks, a couple options. One, they're going to go to turtle and just turtle up and work on me not taking their back. Or they're just going to go to their back. They're just going to abandon ship and get to their back. Okay, we'll reset into half guard and go from there. Like, that's what very few jiu-jitsu people are committed to the takedown. So you have to continue it.
What if they're like dumb strong and you can't take that arm off of their leg?
So let's assume Rel's dumb strong, right?
I am.
So we try slicing our hips back. I try breaking his grips, right? Boom. If I'm there, all I'm going to do is I'm going to find Rel's nose. Trigger point of my thumb.
All right.
We're going to let Rel know that he really should look that direction and not at me. With shame, you don't look at me. No. Obviously, there's always ways to get those grip breaks, right? There's cross faces, there's stuff in the head. We're going to go over a couple options to choke from here if your leg does get trapped or if you do get into position like that. Work for this initial on getting that grip.
Okay.
Make sense? Other questions here? Just a quick knee slide back take. 1, 2, 3. So I'm here with Rel. He shoots in. I don't like what's happening, right? Boom. I sprawl. I get my legs back, right? Couple things, guys. When I'm here, I'm driving my weight, my hips all the way as far back as I can, right? Well, let's assume Rel holds on to my leg. He's attached to it. Sometimes wrestlers, or even just other people, just panic. They have a leg. I'm not letting that leg go until I have to, right? It's his leg. He's committed to it. Whatever. You don't have commitment issues. Sometimes the leg can be the best you can hope for. Look at Carson. But we're here, right? So let's assume that he's got a hold of this leg. I've tried everything within my power to break this grip. I've hand fought, fucked the elbow, tried kicking my leg. Whatever I've tried, it's just not working, right? Not great to be kind of stuck in this position, right? No one's scoring, no one's doing anything. And unfortunately, jiu-jitsu doesn't really have stalemates. So they're not going to be like, oh, all right, stop, come back up to your feet. We're going to go again. So we're here. Couple options that I like here. One is just going to be an arm in guillotine. And I like this a lot because his wrist is trapped in my foot. So I'm here. All I'm going to look to do is my hand that's on the back of his head is going to shift to that chin cup. Here, I'm going to spin and do this a couple different ways. So it's on this chin cup. This hand comes here, grabs my own wrist. All we're going to look to do is I'm going to pick him up and help him take me down. Great, good job. As we do that, this hook stays in to manage my distance. This hook comes over the top to manage his jump over. I curl my wrist into me, put my head right in the back center of his back. Then I choke real nice slide. So he gets into the shot. Boom. Here, I try grip breaking, right? Doesn't work. Shin cup, wrist. Shin cup, wrist. Once I'm here, all I'm going to do, pull this into my arms, here, slide it. Once we're here, I curl everything in, put my head in the center of his back. It's a real fun choke for us. Great. Go ahead, Kat. Nice to see you.
One more time.
I'm sure, Kat, this is a really detailed question, right? Carl, what's up?
I said I really do need to see it.
Other questions other than just seeing it?
Your foot that's on the inside,
Yes.
if you happen to be that foot on the back, it's the same motion of going forward.
Yeah, generally, what's going to end up happening is, when I'm here, this leg's going to have to slide in because you're not going to get this. Like, if I'm here and I go like full guard, it's actually a little less effective. I'm generally going to pull to one, it's going to be an easier pull, and you don't gain anything by going back and pull. Yeah, same motion every time. It's a little harder to finish as you don't get it. So with this pull, to be able to pull here, I get to my side. So I'm on this hip, like you can see. I'm on my ribs and my shoulder. Where if I pull this into full guard, it naturally kind of pulls me flat, which flat for this choke doesn't work as well. Now, if you want to be back in full guard, great way to pull full guard, then you reframe and you start your party from there. But generally, I'm going to pull into this shin shield half guard, because he's going to be digging on this leg anyway. So if I'm there, here, he's naturally liking what he's seeing here. And if he passes to this side anyway, it helps my choke. Like it doesn't save him any problems.
You can get that half butterfly hook and you like that too.
Yeah, I like that little shin shield just because it's easier for me to leverage his hips. But yeah, if you can hit a butterfly hook here, like if I'm here, not bad. Be careful about being flat.
Yeah.
Here, that's the only reason. That's part of the reason I like this shield here, is it forces me to this side. Because that's going to help this choke a lot, being on this hip. So the hands here, I'm cupping his chin. So I'm going to do it without my legs in the way. I'm cupping his chin here, rolling everything in. Here. So turn this way for me. So for you guys over here, I'm cupping the chin, grabbing my wrist, and rolling everything into the neck. This shouldn't be like a big squeeze. This should be positional and mechanical. If you're having to like squeeze this, you fucked up somewhere. You got to work on it. You should get into position. Rel feels it. Basically, by the time you crunch a little bit, you should be done. If you're having to really put an additional squeeze on it, you messed up the mechanics. I'm gonna address that. Questions on this? Rel shoots in. He's real stubborn. I sprawl. He doesn't want to let go. You know, some people just can't let go with life. I come here, in. Once I'm here, rolling in. Let them go. Like I said, biggest thing here, getting that grip right and getting to your hip is going to be the biggest part of this. The choking Rel is just fun. Other questions on this? Alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I'm here, Rel shoots in, right? Boom, I sprawl, I get here. Rel's stubborn, he likes his leg. He's not going to let it go, right? I try breaking his grip, I try doing all these things. He's going to keep trying to wrestle here, guys, especially if they were wrestlers. I score on my third shot, not my first shot. So if I'm here, he's not going to be done wrestling. He's going to be driving up, I'm going to keep my hips back, right? Doing all this stuff. So instead, we're just going to invite some grappling in. So instead of trying to kick our leg back, after we've gotten this initial sprawl in, all we're going to do, our outside hand's going to come to this inside of the hip. Now with the pajamas, I can grab a little bit and I'll spin here in a second. But as he starts to drive up, all I'm going to do, pull him in, look to trap that arm and set my hook. Now, you will not score here. But you don't have to initially. If I'm here and I have this locked, I can start to work from here, right? And now I can score if I need to, depending on your rule set. But all we're looking for is him to commit to that shot too much almost. So he's here, he's driving in, he's trying to finish the shot. Here, take the back. Second hook. So they might give me the takedown there. That's iffy. I'm going to score a takedown there because you want the takedown. But I'm a wrestler, so I'm boxing. But in jiu-jitsu, you will score when that second hook sets. But don't be in a hurry unless you're short-tongued. Realize, if I can have your back with your arm trapped, life is going very poorly for my opponent at that point. Like, nothing good starts at that point for him. How many of you guys watched the ADCC finals? That's how the beginning of the end started for Andre. He got that leg trapped, he got the arm trapped with the leg. Just time at that point. Took him a minute. Gordon eventually strangled him one-handed because he was able to have an arm trap. So we're here. Boom. All we're looking to do, I bring this hand to the inside of the hip. This hand, I'm still coming in front, but I'm trying to reach almost like for the far side armpit. Here. So that way, as I pull him up, I have good hooks here. Good hook here, good hook here. Because now I have control. If Rel tries to do much of anything right now, I have a good hook here. And now I'm scoring. Now Rel's done. Don't care about the tap. You're done. Sitting that corner and allowing you to strap that arm with that hook is going to be very good.
If you're having trouble, kind of either they're stronger, their balance is pretty good. If you're having trouble kind of getting them down to that hip, or their head sometimes you can't get in, do you ever go over that hip? It's kind of like, almost like a...
Make sure I'm here.
Yeah.
Coming here.
Here and then the other arm also, and kind of like
prying up. I don't love it. Only because I don't gain any head control.
Yeah.
So when I'm here, yes, it can be effective. This can be a great way to get him to let go of my leg. Like if he's attached to this leg and I can apply a little pressure here, not the worst way to get this leg, right? But if I'm going to look to take the back here, I want to have head and hip control. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I get great shoulder control, but that doesn't control any of his motion. Like if I'm here, I'm going to start to lose that battle quickly because I don't have any control of his head.
So would you possibly just get to that position and then you try to reach the hand?
Yeah, at that point I'm going to use that lever to break his grip when I'm going to do anything. That lever is a great idea, especially with your length. Wrong application, if that makes sense. Other questions here? So if all you're looking to do is turn that corner, take that back. Realize if you lose the hand in all this, oh well, you're still taking his back. Like that's a bonus, not a key feature.
When you go across the face, do you grab the gi or just kind of?
Yes, you can. You know this. I'm not heavy gi gripping. It's just not my game. I just never. I know it bothers James that I do make us wear the gi, but I'm not a big gi gripper still. Like, still have to learn in it. But when I'm here, I'm generally going to hit that like tricep grip if I'm going to grip anything. Yeah. Sprawl and crossface, right? Like, so as I'm here, you can come here. Boom. Take that back. Now you're in. For those of you who play prison rules. Calf slicer. Don't do that unless you're black. Calf slicer, very legal for almost all. Other questions on this? realize if he rolls through, follow him. Oh no, I'm on top. Life can end worse for you. Other questions? 1, 2, 3.